as everybody, all of us are aware, the basic issue which arose was with regard to the requirement of funding for those units which were into the business of production of goods required for fighting the COVID-19, especially on the various products which were required for immediate first aid and various treatment at government hospitals. So there were government orders given to SMEs, but working capital was not available to fulfill those orders. There was requirement of capex or machinery to increase the capacity in line with the sudden increase in market demand which was coming in on account of this pandemic from various players. Which was the basic thing or the challenge which was which was confronting all the banks. We came out with a scheme called SAFE, where we said that SAFE is a scheme for emergency response for the corona issue. Two things are the target there. One is, of course, the availability of timely funds, and second, the industries to which it caters. It primarily strictly caters to existing units. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So it caters to those industries which are in the various products and services like diagnostic services, the products like sanitizers, for example, masks, the IV fluids, the detection kits which are being used, parts for the ventilators. So we, in our own Pune region in Maharashtra, we have a lot of units which have which are very high on the technology quotient, which are very high on the engineering quotient, and therefore we were able to quickly look at solutions which would make the work through machines available for medical diagnostics. So I'm happy to share that all across the country, this scheme was launched on 23rd of March. And as of now, which is around 1 month and 4 days, I'm happy to share with all of you that across the country, we have been able to do around 160 such cases in the range of close to around 75 to 80 crores. And still, there's a lot of business, and this is all pure SME loan. This is not something where, and this is all on account of various capex which has been incurred by the SMEs quickly, or which has been given on account of working capital orders which they have received from the various government agencies. There are two things which I would want to share with the audience and with the association as well, which are the focus of the bank as far as this product is concerned: delivery within 48 hours, and that we have been able to maintain in all the 150 odd cases that we have done across the country. And I'm happy to share that we have done around 35 in the Maharashtra region alone. And the second thing is that in most of these cases, because there is a lockdown, we have not been able to move out. The securities are also generally, these loans are generally without collateral. And wherever the CGTMSE cover is required for meeting the various norms of the bank, even that CGTMSE cover is taken by the bank itself. And all this is being extended at a very concessional rate of interest rate of 5%. But this belongs only to those industries which are into the business of manufacturing various health and health related products. And these could be, for example, units which are in the business of manufacturing parts for N95 masks, goggles, the protective gowns, the medical masks which are used by the doctors. It could be even ICU beds, cardiac monitors, parts of ventilators. So anything which gets into the anti-COVID treatment system, the oxygen cylinders, rubber sheets, testing labs apart. For example, one of the products that we financed in Maharashtra, it is the first company in the country to produce kits which were made in India. till then, the kits were for that, the diagnostic kits, I mean, the ones which are used to diagnose the problem of COVID-19, they were being imported, and this is one company which is manufacturing these kits in the country. So they are at a certain level of operation where we could fund them directly under our loan product. So this is as far as SAFE is concerned. In addition to this, there is a facility which is available to hospitals. This was all about the medical products and also the medical equipments industry. The second product is about for the nursing homes, clinics, and for the hospitals. For these, we have another product by the name of Smile for healthcare products. Here we are looking at increasing the capacity of these hospitals or the diagnostic centers. They are loaded with work. They have a lot of capacity which they need to build in at this point in time. So specifically, there is a product for these units. And again, here the delivery time is 5 days, and we have been delivering that. Though we have been able to keep our offices under the essential services open. We are working online most of the time, and most of the services that are being extended to are in the online fashion. We have also tried to look at also innovating on some of the processes which are there. Wherever security is involved because of the lockdown part, we have been able to address the issue of security mostly by way of the online channels, by way of getting confirmations and undertakings from the borrowers after doing the background check. Now, in this Smile scheme, again, the interest rate is in the range of 6.02%. These loans are available for any period between 30 months to 5 years. So there is a liquidity which is available. And if you get orders, if the units which are there in this line of business are getting government orders, they can continue looking at funding from us on a continuous basis. So it works like this, that you get an order, you fulfill the order, you take a loan from SIDBI, you fulfill the order, and then come back to SIDBI and again take you get the payment from the government, you pay back to SIDBI, and then again you take the new loan. So it works on the account of revolving line of credit. So this is about SAFE, SAFE Plus, and Smile, which I felt all the MSME entrepreneurs who are in this line of business, they must know this, because this is something which can do a lot of good to our country. So this is as far as the medical products are concerned, and about those units which are already in this line of business. In addition to this, we have a startup product where we say that a loan of up to 2 crores would be available for each startup, and this is for a period of 3 months. There would be no promoter's contribution, and this is directly held by dealt with by our department from Delhi, and the website which you can address is csas@sidbi.in. It is available on our website also. So those of you who are startups, they can directly approach here. So this is about startup scheme. And the third, where we give the liquidity support, and most of you would have heard about that as well. That is the liquidity support which most of the banks are giving. Reserve Bank is coming out with this product, and basically this is about meeting the working capital requirements. SIDBI is giving this product to its existing customers. SIDBI is also looking at addressing the working capital needs of non-customers of SIDBI. Now, this is one more product where I expect a lot of questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. This is primarily working at the repo rate plus 300 basis. That's the rate we are looking at, which is around 7.5% or so. And over a period of time, the rates might go down depending upon the current practice. So till now, if there are any queries, we can take them.
There is one question which is related to this, or someone put in. It says, is this fund very specific to healthcare and COVID-19 cases? For software and similar solution, is there any fund? This particular question is related to what you just spoke about.
For the SAFE scheme, yes, it is only for the healthcare fund. It is not for any other industry. But yes, we have other SMILE schemes where we can look at software, and we also have collateral-free loans for the software industry. So, because the current focus, the current requirement of the country, the current you will all agree that today the first thing is that survival is important. That's where government is laying all the stress, and we need to have all kinds of wherewithal to see that if we have the financial resources, if we have the technical competence of our entrepreneurs, then we should bring these two together, and that's where SIDBI is doing its part. This is not a normal scheme. This is a scheme which SIDBI has made out of its own funds to help the entrepreneurs to get cheaper source of financing, especially where the orders are available. So that's a separate scheme. We must appreciate that. But yes, for software we do have other schemes where collateral-free loans are available. Mike is new.
Sorry, Mr. Jha, a lot of people had posed this question to us whether there are specific schemes which will support startups. Would you like to throw some light on that?
Well, there are specific schemes for startups which are being dealt with by our venture capital vertical from Delhi, specifically, where I mentioned that it is also the entrepreneurs can directly approach them at the email ID csas@sidbi.in. So that's one part of it. But just for the sake of bringing in clarity for all the entrepreneurs as well as the association, venture capital and startup financing being a specialized financing which requires not only financing but the mentorship as well. SIDBI has been doing this activity through various fund of funds. So there are specialized venture capital funds through which we route these funds, and the list of these specialized venture capital funds through whom SIDBI is routing these is available on our website. So in fact, startups can as well approach them directly. As far as approaching SIDBI directly for the term loans is concerned or the working capitals is concerned, that is the normal lending business that we do. For startup, there is a specific transition which has to be done, and that is available from our venture capital vertical itself. So yes, schemes are there, but there is a separate dispensation for that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jha. There is another question on whether the startup loan of 2 crores can be given for a period of 3 months. Is the startup loan of 2 crores only for 3 months is the question.
No startup loan will be generally there for such a short time, but as I said, startups require a special dispensation. So would not be proper on my part to say yes or no to this. It would be better if the entrepreneurs discuss this with the venture capital funds with whom they are talking. There might be reasons, there might be cash flows, and if they are able to convince this, they might get it. So there cannot be a specific yes or no. Generally, startup funds are given for a period of 3 to 5 years to enable the business to settle down and also to get in the requirements. But for example, if they are into any kind of if they have a working capital requirement and the funds are likely to come over a period of time, then yes, the venture capital company might agree to. But it will not be proper on my part. They would need to discuss this with the funders. But there is a facility which is available.
Mr. Jha, there is another question. Mr. Debashish Das Gupta has asked, can any manufacturing company who is not an existing customer of SIDBI apply for working capital liquidity support?
Well, that's an interesting question. Yes, the schemes that I have till now mentioned, I specifically mentioned about those schemes which are available for all SMEs, whether they are SIDBI customers or they are fresh to SIDBI or fresh for SIDBI. So your working capital support is available to the customers who are not existing customers of SIDBI. In fact, most of the schemes which we are having, they are available for all the customers, whether they are existing customers or not. But naturally, in the matters of banking practice, there, if you already have a working capital with another banker and want to have a working capital facility with SIDBI simultaneously, or a liquidity facility with SIDBI simultaneously, there might be operational issues which would need to be sorted out by you along with both the banks. So that's the way it needs to be, but there's no bar on it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jha. There is another question from Mr. Sujit Pathak. He wants to know if we can get a loan for construction equipment manufacturing company.
Loans are available depending upon the purpose to which they are put to you. So there is no negative list as to why you cannot get a loan, as long as you can satisfy any bank that how you would be paying back that loan, what use would that assets be put to, and whether you have the orders or not. So there's no negative list as such, but one has to remember that that is a general lending business, so any bank will do that. There's no specific rate of interest which would be available for that kind of a loan.
Sir, a similar question has been posed, whether there is any particular scheme for textile industry, and I'll add up another question to that. That is there fund for export of medical masks and suits? So I've clubbed two questions together.
Yeah, currently our country itself requires a lot of medical equipments and masks. So I would request the entrepreneur to continue supplying within the country, because as all of us can go through the news and see, there is a lot of requirement which is internally there. And currently the exports may also, whether they are allowed by the government or not, is an issue which needs to be looked at in detail. But yes, on a generic basis, loans are available for exports, and those loans, if companies are already exporting, the loans are available at cheaper rates also if foreign currency loans are there. A lot of commercial banks are giving these loans, and SIDBI is also doing that. So wherever your working capital facility is there, you can always avail of these loans. So that's the first part. Textile industry, yes, textile industry, TUFS, most of us would be aware of. Credit linked capital subsidy scheme, that is CLC's scheme, that also many of us would be aware of. So there are these schemes which are available for garments and for textiles. These are normal generic schemes. The purpose of in the current scenario is to look at how do we address the issues of meeting the bank's requirements of documents, etc. So I'm also happy to share that most of the banks, and therefore SIDBI also, is able to do quite a lot of due diligence exercise even under this lockdown, by way of scanned documents and by accessing resources on the virtual platform. So you don't have to actually visit the bank to at least get the loan sanctioned. So in our case, whatever loans we are sanctioning currently, they are without having to visit the banks, and only by dealing with the scanned documents. So yes, loans are available for textile as well as for the medical equipments. If medical equipments are being made in personal protective equipments, masks, or any kind of a product which is used for COVID-19, then they would naturally get covered under SAFE. So they would also be available at that cheap rate.
Okay. Sir, there is another question related to the SAFE scheme itself. The question is from Mr. Rajesh Maske. He wants to know whether this scheme is applicable only till the pandemic is on, or it will be applicable after the situation is normalized. And the second part of his question is, what is the maximum loan amount?
Ms. Panse, as of now, the scheme is available till September 30. And the maximum loan amount could be 2 crores, depending upon the type of business, the orders in hand, and stuff like that. What I would suggest is these specifics, depending upon what kind of project you have in mind, it would be better if we can discuss over phone with any of my branch managers. If you are hailing from Maharashtra or anywhere near, we have all our phone numbers are available on the net, so you can directly talk to us. And I'm sure we can look at the time frame which you have in mind. And the country needs these products currently, today. So that's the reason we have kept this time frame at September 30. The loan amount is around 2 crores, but one could always look at it from the point of view of various other lending requirements which are there, like what do you do with that loan amount, what is the kind of project which you have in mind, how are you going to generate the cash flow and stuff like that. So it would be better if you could discuss it with the local officials, so that we can guide you better in that.
Thank you, Mr. Jha. There is another question on capital for buying new machinery, and where do they get information for capital to buy new machinery?
Term loans are available to buy the new machinery, and I have come across quite a few banks also which are doing this exercise. In case if you have a current account with some bank, or if you have a savings account with some other bank, it might make more sense for the first time entrepreneur to approach such a bank where some track record is there, and initial machinery financing can be done from these banks. That is if you are starting on a standalone basis. But if you are a corporate, or if you're a company, or if you're a partnership firm and going to come along with a business, and there you want to finance a loan, you can always approach our portal, which is Udyami Mitra portal. And that Udyami Mitra portal is I would in fact request, I'm very happy to see that there are almost 250 plus participants here. And most of you who have not visited the Udyami Mitra portal must visit that. Basically, from the point of view of two major learnings, you will get to know what our entrepreneurship ecosystem is there in the country, meaning thereby that how many banks are there, who is your nearest bank, what is the scheme of each bank, what is the subsidy scheme of your state government, and what are the various handholding agencies which are there in your locality which are there. These handholding agencies would also help you to prepare various project report and documents like that, and they will also guide you as to how to make your cash flows, your projections, and how to make a business proposal appear before the bank. And through the channel it can also go to the banks. You can actually see how many banks it is going to, and you can track the progress. So this is a Udyami Mitra portal, which I would request all of you to definitely have a look at it. That portal will give you the details of what does a bank look at and how do you go through that process. Instead of you yourself fighting with the project, there are agencies which will help you in fine-tuning these aspects.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is on whether there are schemes on collateral-free working capital loan for traders.
Yeah, there are collateral-free loans for all purposes. So there are collateral-free loans for term loans. There are collateral-free loans for working capital. For traders, there is no bar as such. Quite a few banks are into the funding of trading activities, and that is how the stock of the distributors and the dealers is getting funded. And these stocks are usually kept as security or collateral by the financier. The dealer only needs, or the trader only needs to be careful of keeping the banker informed about the movement of the products. So yes, in principle, the product is available. One needs to convince, like in any other transaction, one needs to convince the bank that how would this facility be utilized and how the proceeds would be returned to the bank. In principle, there is no bar on using this.
Thank you, Mr. Jha.
Yeah, ma'am, if you allow me, I also wanted to speak on a couple of other products. So there is one, so if you allow, I can just speak for some more time and then probably we can take the queries forward.
There are actually 100 questions. I am not sure how we are going to cover up all of them. We have half an hour.
No, not a problem. We'll try to take as many questions as possible before we end. So there are just two. I'll take just 5-6 minutes. I had two more schemes which I just wanted to share with all of them. So apart from Safe Plus and Smile, which is for medical equipments and for hospitals, we have this liquidity scheme which is there for all the customers. There was a query on that, so I'll just elaborate that scheme is through NBFC. So SIDBI is into the business of direct lending as well as indirect lending. So Safe is through the direct lending, where SIDBI directly engages with the customers. The liquidity support for the customers who for the MSMEs is through the non-banking finance companies, the microfinance institutions, as well as through the banks. And so these MSMEs, they would appear these NBFCs, MFIs, or banks, and they would be getting the benefit of this liquidity product. We have a scheme, another scheme which I feel could be of relevance at this point in time, when there is not much of a business activity which is getting financed. But definitely everybody during this period or after the lockdown gets over, most of the established businesses would definitely be thinking of how to reduce their costs. Because everybody knows that when you go through this kind of a scenario, there are cash flows which need to be very properly conserved. Towards this end, we have a product by name STAR, which is SIDBI Term Loan Assistance for rooftop solar PV plants. So this is about reducing your electricity bill, as well as bringing some greenness to the activity which you are doing. So lot of entrepreneurs would be looking at the reduction in the costs, and this is one such product where we help you in that. And this is primarily for funding of the rooftop solar plants. And the product goes like this, that typically we would be funding in the range of close to around 50 lakhs usually to 1 crore. And this is dependent upon the FD which we keep. Now, generally, you have to go through the full project report. The banks take close to around, and even we used to take some time back, close to around 4 to 6 weeks to do the entire due diligence, etc. But here, this is a structured product. So in case if there are customers with 4-year existence, 2-year cash profits, and with the bankers, they have a satisfactory repayment track record, they can be covered under this particular scheme. This is only about rooftop solar. So if it could be on a standalone basis, or it could be a grid connected. Both are eligible up to an extent of 25% of the net sales of the existing unit. Generally, rooftop solars are used as an additional way to increase the bottom line, or to reduce the cost, as well as to meet the environmental requirements. So up to 25% of the net sales, the loan can be granted under this particular scheme, and the interest rate the interest rate would be in the range of around 9% or so, depending upon, of course, the rating of the unit. And the only security that we would be looking at is the security of the assets which are being bought. So that's it. So that we call it as STAR. Now the attraction here would be, this is 100% finance, and FD which we would be requiring would be in the range of around 15% to 20%. So those of you who are into this line of activity, or who are thinking about how to reduce the electricity bill, etc., might want to consider this product of ours, and talk to our branches which are near to your areas of operations. Quite a few customers have told us that when they compare this product with some other products which are available, they find this attractive on the the interest cost as well as on the delivery. The delivery time period generally from our side is not more than 3 to 4 days for the sanction part of it, and another 3 days. So within 1 week, we are able to disburse also on this product. So this is one more product which I thought I must share with all of you, because this might come in handy once the lockdown is relaxed, or once we go back starting our business. The main concern would be how to get the costs, where all costs can be cut. So I thought this might be of interest. So that's it, ma'am. We can go back to the questions.
Yes. One more question is, do you support invoice discounting on trade platform? If yes, what is the percentage deduction?
Yes. We have floated one company by name Receivable Exchange of India Limited, that is called RXIL. So that's basically a trades platform. That is one of the 4 or 5 platforms which is operating currently. We do support invoice discounting. In fact, quite a few of our customers who earlier used to get the invoice discounting done directly through SIDBI. Like in Pune itself, some 10 years back, we used to run bill discounting limit with Tata Motors. So quite a few of those vendors have now got on to the RXIL platform. So yes, the answer is we do support that. We also have, but there are certain requirements for getting on that platform. So if you are meeting those requirements, or if your purchaser is meeting those requirements, it's good you can get it discounted there. Otherwise, if you yourself want a bill discounting limit, you can also approach us. We also offer invoice discounting depending upon certain criteria that we have set. So you could, have a look at both the options.
Okay, Mr. Jha. A lot of people from the IT segment have also connected with us, and they want to know if there are any special schemes for IT manufacturing, IT products, and basically schemes related to software development and for consultants in the IT segment.
Basically, the way we approach IT is like this, that the IT products, wherever you have projects and cash flows are involved, and the customer is promising a certain kind of cash flows, we have done quite a few projects, I'm saying from the SIDBI side. And I'm also aware of many other banks which have done similar projects. So yes, from the IT side, if cash flow is visible and cash flows are there for a certain period of time, we can discount those cash flows and give it upfront to you in the form of a loan product. So in principle, it can be done. And if the financials are good, I'm sure on a rough basis, we can look at a time frame of around 2 to 3 weeks within which we can close the loans also. As far as consultants are concerned, on the cash flow side, you will need to convince the banker as to how the loans are going to be paid and what would be the purpose for which the loan will be utilized. So that is, as we call in banking parlance, as end use of funds. So that will need to be justified.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jha. Can I request Diptosh to in the chat box write the email ID of the person where people can contact for the startup queries, and the Udemy portal details, and also the SIDBI website, so that a lot of people have asked these questions. So if you put it up on the chat, people can access that information. There are other queries like that many people have an existing loan with one bank. Can they still get additional loan from SIDBI?
Yeah, that's interesting and a good question, and that justifies the time we are spending on this, because that leads for good business development for SIDBI. So yes, we would be happy to consider. In fact, the SAFE scheme which I talked about, most of the customers which we have covered are customers of other banks. But here, because we had come out with a very a product which had a very quick delivery of 48 hours, and also a very concessional rate of interest, looking at the objective for which this product was being used, most of our customers would be customers of other banks. And similarly, our customers also in some of the products. So these days it's an open customers are aware about products of various banks. So yes, we would also be open to looking at those customers which are having other credit facilities. So they might have working capital facilities elsewhere, but if they want a machinery loan, we would be happy to look at them.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jha. There is another question from specific industry like dairy industry, design software industry, whether loans are available or there are any schemes meant for these industries, design and dairy. And IT you have already mentioned actually.
For the dairy industry, we have a SMILE scheme that most of the industries which are of the thrust area in the state of Maharashtra, they are covered as far as SIDBI is concerned. So dairy is definitely one of them, and it's one of the areas which is thrust area for the state as well as for the country. So we are having a product by name SMILE, where we consider a lot of thrust area industries in which dairy is also included. This is a direct credit scheme product, and the loans are generally available here in the range of around close to around 7.5% to 9%, and this is dependent upon and these rates, as we are talking about, these rates would be naturally dependent upon the rating. In dairies, generally there are two issues which the banks usually look at. We also look at those issues. The entrepreneur needs to convince us on the raw material collection part or on the supply chain part as to how the raw material will be collected and processed. And the second is, of course, on the marketing part. So if the entrepreneurs are having these two ends tied up and they are able to convince the bank on this, then yes, the bank's loan would be available for these kind of businesses and at quite competitive rates as compared to the other industries. So yes, dairy loans are available and they are available at quite competitive rates.
Sir, we have a very interesting question. In the current, from MSME, in the current situation, are there any schemes for paying the salaries in the lockdown period?
Yes, that's an interesting question and a very relevant question as well. In fact, I'm sure many banks have come out with products for their customers, and they have also requested their customers to for feedback as to whether they require any kind of a liquidity support internally. So there are two ways of doing it. The first thing that the Reserve Bank said, and which all the banks did in the month of March itself, is there was a moratorium which was given for all the bank loans, which means the interest as well as the principal installments were shifted 3 months going forward from March. So March, April and May installments got shifted. So by doing that, there is a surplus. There was supposed to be a surplus cash flow which is available with the units to take care of the unforeseen cash flow events. So that was one event, and what that did is that also helped the not only the entrepreneurs, but it also helped the banks in the sense that they were able to keep the accounts as standard, and therefore further loans could also be given if there was a requirement from the entrepreneur's side. So that's number one. Number two, because of the liquidity which is there in the system, the banks are also looking at proactively engaging with the customers and looking at their liquidity support. Quite a few banks have come out with different products. For example, there is some bank which is giving in on an ad hoc basis 25% higher working capital to its working capital customers, basically to meet these kind of requirements. Some other banks are looking at giving ad hoc term loans to these to their own customers, and these ad hoc term loans are generally given within a period of 48 hours. In SIDBI, we also have a liquidity support product which directly we are giving to our customers, And in this liquidity support, we are checking up with the customer. If they require these liquidity support, we are able to give it to them within, again, 48 working hours. And this is at quite a concessional rate. So whether it is for the payment of salaries or it is for meeting the overhead expenses, one also needs to understand that there is no clarity as to how and when this situation is likely to come up. So we all need to be very conservative, and we all need to be very careful about our cash flows. So I'm quite sure that most of the banks would be looking at, and they are looking at their customers very closely and trying to see that the liquidity issues do not result in the unnecessary or undue stress to their customers.
Thank you, Mr. Jha. Another question from the agricultural aggregator: if the schemes are applicable to them as well. There are various segments who have asked, whether SIDBI has schemes for their segment. So to make the answer easier, are there any segments that SIDBI has excluded, which they will not cater to? Then it would answer everybody's question in one go.
Yeah, that's a better way of looking at it. Not only SIDBI, most of the banks are looking at almost all the product wavelength which is there. Like earlier days, there is no license which is required. Like earlier days, there is no negative list which is there. Only there are certain restricted industries which are where the financing is up to a certain limit based on the risk perception of each bank. Now, that is also not common across the bank. So you find that based on their own exposure limits, based on their own past experience, some banks may be taking a higher risk on certain industries. Some banks may not be taking as much risk on that particular industry. So as far as SIDBI is concerned, no. Whatever productive industries are there, we do not have a general negative list of any particular industry. But at the same time, because we are dealing with public money, naturally we have to look at each project which is coming to us, just like any other bank. We have to look at each project which is coming to us with proper due diligence, and if it meets the norms, if it meets the rating norms, if it meets the KYC norms, if it meets the project norms, and if it is felt to be viable, naturally in today's scenario, whether you are in banking business or you are in industry business, nobody wants to leave a good customer. Because if I leave a good customer today, it might go to some other bank, and that way one would be losing a good business opportunity. So yes, there are no negative lists. There are, as of now, because the focus was to be on medical products. That's the reason there was this specific focus on a particular industry which has been given. And other than that, most of the industries are covered for financing at competitive rates as far as SIDBI is concerned. With this question, I must also, if you permit, I would also want to share with the audiences that SIDBI is also the nodal agency for all the subsidy schemes which are channelized by the Government of India to the MSMEs. So whether it is a CLCS subsidy scheme or sometimes it is interest subvention scheme, even that is channelized through SIDBI. And I'm happy to share that after the Government of India allowed for subsidy schemes this year, we have given subsidies which were pending for the last 3 years also, up to right from 2017, 18 and 19 FY. So these are the various products which are available, and subsidy schemes are also available through SIDBI. They are available through other banks as well. The good thing would be this lockdown can be utilized, especially by the young entrepreneurs, to go through websites like I said, Udyami Mitra vertical, as well as MSME DI websites, which give a lot of information on the various subsidy schemes which our state governments are coming out with. If you are in Maharashtra, one must look at the investment policy of Maharashtra, which looks at detailing the various incentives which the state is giving, and similarly also looking at the Government of India website for subsidies.
Sir, there are two more questions. One is based on the STAR scheme that you mentioned about. They want to know what is the repayment schedule under STAR, And the second question is whether the invoice discounting is applicable or facilities available for government customers.
So repayment under STAR is up to 5 years. Moratorium of 3 to 6 months is included. And wherever leasehold premises is there, access rights are there. If you have your own premises, it's not there. So it's up to 5 years. So these are the card rates which are available. Generally, in some cases, the units are also looking for a repayment period of up to 3 years only. Or in some other cases where large investments are involved, they have requested us for slightly higher repayment also, which we have looked at it, and it would be depending on case to case. So second question, ma'am.
That was about I just missed it. I scrolled down. It was on the bill discounting applicable for government.
Yeah, it is applicable. It is applicable for government bodies as well. But then the only issue is that one needs to get the invoices invoice discounting done, and the arrangement has to be such that the payment assurance from the government body comes to the banker, whether it is SIDBI or some other. So we used to have a lot of bill discounting with various government agencies like electricity boards, etc. So one can always, you can discuss it internally with your customer first, and if there is an assurance, because as we are all aware of, bill discounting involves three parties, basically the buyer, seller, and the banker, which is going to get discount. The discount rate will determine the percentage which is deducted from the bill. So again, discount rate is nothing but a very similar to interest rate, which works on the rating of the customer. That is the rating of the supplier as well as the rating of the purchaser who is purchasing the bill. So for example, if the bills are purchased by better quality purchaser, the interest rate will be or a rated customer, the discount rate will be lower. If it is accepted for payment by a B rated customer, the discount rate will be higher. So that's the way the system works. So yes, answer is yes. There can be an arrangement which can be put in place even if an MSME is supplying to a government body for discounting of bills. Mike is back.
Thank you, Mr. Jha. There are many questions revolving around the working capital support for the manufacturing industries in terms of prepayment schedule, whether it can be easily availed, and what kind of support they can have from SIDBI.
Yeah, that is understandable in today's scenario. Working capital is of key criteria, and we do have a working capital product which is given through various platforms. We have tie-ups with 3 banks for addressing. Generally, we do it with IDBI Bank or City Union Bank or Yes Bank. So, working capital product is available. Usually, working capital is given to those customers in case of SIDBI where there is a term loan association also there. Standalone working capitals is something which we generally are not able to give because of the monitoring issues which are there. So working capital facilities can be given. One can always look at the moratorium. We have a working capital portfolio of close to around 600 crores all across the country. And we are looking at increasing this portfolio. And what I would suggest is do have fair discussions with, we now have the email IDs and the phone numbers of all the branch in charges of SIDBI, not only in Maharashtra or in Pune region, but all across the country online. You can always have a frank discussion with any branch in charge who is there. If you're not satisfied, you can speak to the regional in charge as well. Talk about the exact issues that you have. What is the kind of working capital cycle that you are going through? What is your operating cycle? How much time raw material takes? How much time the processing takes? How much time the debtor takes? And then I'm sure we should be able to find some solution for that. So working capital is important, and SIDBI is increasingly and interestingly looking at it to increase its share.
Thank you, Mr. Jha. I'm going to club the next question with 2-3 questions. One is, are there any schemes for ST, any schemes for women entrepreneurs, and any particular scheme for auto ancillary industry?
Yeah, for the women entrepreneur, the various schemes that we are currently having, they all have a preference on the count of the women entrepreneurs. So as far as the focus is concerned or the preference is concerned, for most of the schemes below 50 lakhs or up to 50 lakhs which we are having are on the women entrepreneurs. In fact, Stand Up India scheme is a very pertinent scheme to talk about in these terms. So all of you must have heard of that. That is a scheme where the women entrepreneur or an SC/ST entrepreneur can be given a loan up to 1 crore. And this scheme is not only operated through SIDBI, it is a Government of India scheme which is operated through all the banks, and all banks have targets on that. So this is a specific scheme where close to 75% to 80% of the loans are available, and quite a few loans have also been sanctioned under this. Again, coming back to the Udyami Mitra, if you visit that portal, you would be able to see the banks which are nearer to you and which can consider or which can help you to modify your project report so that you can become eligible for Stand Up India scheme. What is the Stand Up India scheme, and where do you stand? What are the other areas which you need to improve upon before you give your project report to the bank? So yes, Stand Up India scheme is a scheme which is meant for both women entrepreneur as well as the SC/ST entrepreneurs.
Okay. The next question is, does SIDBI provide export credit facility against specific orders?
SIDBI provides export facilities against specific, in fact, against any particular order, but SIDBI is currently not having any pre-shipment credit in foreign currency, which means we are unable to give you. So for that, you would need to approach a bank for having a pre-shipment credit in foreign currency. We can give you a normal working capital limit, but you would be better off to take a pre-shipment credit in foreign currency, which can be offered by any of our banks. If you are our customer, we can put you across to the other banks with whom we have working relationship on working capital, like as I mentioned, IDBI Bank, Yes Bank, and City Union Bank. All these three banks are having pre-shipment credit in foreign currency. So our existing customers, wherever and whenever they require this, we put them on to this. If you are not our existing customer, you could always continue this facility with the existing banker that you are having.
Mr. Jha, there are about more than 100 questions which are flowing in.
Just to make your job easier, madam, I just came across a question. So if you allow, I'll take that question. Meena Markande says that we manufacture cardiac monitors and defibrillators. We are not directly selling to the government, but we sell through OEMs. Can we utilize any schemes, as we don't have direct government orders? Meena, I feel you could utilize the SAFE scheme that we were talking about. I will just repeat this scheme in short for you. It says that even if you don't have a government order, you could always get covered under this scheme, where because these products are used for intensive care, and currently we require a lot of such products in our hospitals in order to address the COVID-19 issue which we are currently having. And this is SAFE scheme which we are having is exactly meant to address units like yours. So I would be happy if you can share your number either with Manjari madam, or I would request Diptosh. Diptosh, you can mark Veena Markande madam, and we would be able to. We have this SAFE brochure on our website also, but if you can share your email ID, we will be able to send it across to you. You can also, if you can write in the chat box the area which is nearer to you, we can also ask our local branch in charge to speak to you on this so that you can get more information on that.
Okay. Is there any other question you want to take up from the list of questions that you can see?
Yeah, there is one more question, ma'am. Can we convert our existing term loan sanction by SIDBI before lockdown for procurement of machinery into working capital on short-term basis? Rupesh Kadam, I would come to know I have come to know from your question that you already got a sanction. So please speak to the branch in charge, and I'm sure we should be able to do whatever is in the best interest of the unit as well as for you. So instead of my giving a yes or no answer here, it would be appropriate to speak to the branch which is nearer to you. Uh, so please speak to them. Otherwise, my email ID and phone number are also available on SIDBI's website, and it appears that you should be from Maharashtra region. Feel free to talk to the branch in charge who is there. Otherwise, I have noted down and definitely Diptosh, you can also get in touch with Rupesh Kadam, and we can flag that for further discussions after this webinar.
There is one question that I'll read out, which was mailed to me, and after that, okay, this is whether, according to the recent government directives of increasing CC limit, is it applicable to the micro units as well?
Come again, madam?
The recent directives of the government of increasing the cash credit limit, is it applicable to micro units as well?
Well, it's available to all kinds of units. Why should anybody have a doubt?
Yeah.
It is. It is available. And ma'am, with your permission, I'll just take. Can you repeat the portal name? So I would say that I'm unable to type the message, but it is Udyami Mitra. So Udyami Mitra portal is there where, yeah, I think Shivamoni Murthy has written to everybody www.udyamimitra.in. So that's the portal. It's a good informative portal. You can also get to know a lot of information on that portal, as well as you can put your application online, especially women, SC/ST, the Udyami Mitra, the Stand Up India applicants and aspirants. They can also put in their application on this portal, which will give them information about various subsidy schemes of state governments, central governments, as well as the handholding agencies which are there. It's a network of 17,000 organizations all across the country. So that's it. I think the next questions are repeating on. I think we have taken most of the questions. So if there's anything left with you, ma'am, we can quickly take them.
So we have also reached the end of our time, and I think broadly we have covered most of the queries. What I'm going to do is I'll also share the database of the participants with you, and
Sure.
you can also get in touch with them. Meanwhile, all the participants will share coordinates of Mr. Diptosh or whichever officer you would like to depute. We'll mail your coordinates with the details of the website and for startups whom to approach to all the participants, so that they can get in touch with you and they can avail the benefits of this session that we have organized for them today. And with this, I think we can conclude the session. There may be a few questions left, but I'm sorry, but I think we put in our best effort to cover most of the questions in a broad sense, if not individual queries.
Yes, my email ID is also there on the website. So if there are any questions which are left answered, I would be happy to take them on that email ID. All the queries are responded on the same day. So please feel free. And as you rightly said, madam, we'll share Diptosh number, and the queries can be routed through that as well. And thank you very much, madam. Thank you, MCCI, for giving this platform to us. And it was very interesting. And this is a good job that you are doing of spreading the information during this time. And I would request all the participants that in case if you know of any unit which is into this line of activity, where products are manufactured or services are provided, which helps us to fight the COVID-19 pandemic in the country, we would be happy if you can kindly refer them to us so that we can talk to them and see if they are they can be considered under our SAFE scheme, we would be happy to do that. Thank you so much.
We also have your SAFE scheme document with us, which we will mail it to all the members with details of the step-by-step way to
Sure.
avail of that facility.
Right.
So thank you, Mr. Jha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all the participants, and thank you team NCCIA, Amol, Satrisha, Madhura, and Mr. Vaikode for being here and supporting this event. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you so
you
much.
so much.